everyone! Today we are wrapping up my Japan experience. So this is part 3 of my 3-part series, so definitely check out the first 2 parts. So today we are visiting what ended up being my favorite place to go and experience and friends, that is Hakone. So this is just a short 1-hour ride from Tokyo through the romance car. We took the bullet train from Osaka to Hakone. So first we're gonna start our morning in Osaka. We chowed down our cheese curry ramen that we got from Don Quixote the night prior. Honestly, the amount of cheese that they gave us for this is so criminal. And then we made our way back to Osaka Station. We bought our Shinkansen tickets and we actually still had some time to kill. So we actually found our way to a Mr. Donut. So one of our friends had actually told us the night before to go check out their new seasonal strawberry ones. So we were like, you know what, it's here. Might as well give it a shot. The surprise thing that I actually ended up loving the most was actually the corn soup here. We then took off on our Shinkansen. So we actually had to get to Odaiba Station, which we would then transfer to the Hakone Tozen line. But on the way there, we enjoyed our bento box. My pork and chicken cutlet bento box was so good. We had one little tiny layover, but it wasn't so bad because it actually got me really excited for the trip to come because it would just started looking so beautiful. The Hakone Tozen Railway was actually really pretty to get to our first stop. But when we were there, we ended up walking, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes to Hakone Airu, which would be our stay for the evening. Okay guys, so this place was where I splurged. I really wanted a Ryoken experience with like an outdoor onsen, the whole thing, okay? So we had actually had one place booked prior, but unfortunately we had gotten an email saying that they had experienced a fire and had to rebuild. So I ended up booking this place a little last minute and it was so expensive. It was $700 a night, but you know what? It came with the full Japanese dinner and breakfast and just the whole experience. Honestly, it was just so nice. But you know what? I'm just gonna let this place speak for itself. So now it is time for dinner. A traditional Japanese meal. Oh man, okay, so there was so much food. We can't not finish our food. So again, Julie came in clutch with her second stomach and and helped me finish my food too. We of course tried everything, and again guys, I'm gonna reiterate again, I'm not a foodie person. It wasn't my favorite, it wasn't Julie's favorite. I don't think we would do the whole experience again, personally, just for the meal. But I'm glad we did it. We came to the conclusion that to make the evening absolutely perfect, we should have just gotten like a big bucket of like fried chicken and some cola and just had that in the hotel room. Like honestly, that would have been like peak evening. So then we finally returned to our room and it was nighttime, and so even while the view was gone, the whole outdoor area and the way they have it lit did look really nice, I will say. And it was also cool because by the time we had gotten back, they also had prepared our beds for us. So we took one last dip, and you know what? It was kind of hard, guys, because again, from what I was saying in my last 2 videos, it was like a really hot experience. So it was already in the upper 90s and also doing a hot open air bath. We couldn't stay in the bath for long periods of time because we're like overheating, but like it still felt really good on our aching legs from walking 40,000 steps a day. It was kind of funny because the second we got in bed, I don't know, we turned on Japanese TV and then we just passed out. Like we were so tired, and I think we had gotten so relaxed from the onsen that we just both of us just passed out completely, which is, I don't know, it was kind of funny to me. So we ended up getting up pretty early because we kind of wanted to see the sunrise, and we also wanted to have as much time in our onsen as possible, okay, because it was just so pretty, and we had to be out by 10 a.m. so we were really keeping that in mind. So we got in the bath early, and then we were called down to go to breakfast. So for breakfast, we got both an English breakfast and a Japanese breakfast because we wanted to see the difference between the two of them. Honestly, it was so much food again, guys. The spread was insane. Like, I had soup, and I had like a whole plate that had like sausage, eggs, hash brown, and then I had another bowl that had like 4 different types of bread, and I was just like, again, Julie coming in clutch with her stomach again, like helping me out. She's insane. I can't believe she ate as much as she did, but I'm thankful she did. That was unfortunately the end of our relaxing getaway in Hakone. So we were actually going to go to the mountain, like Mount Hakone, where they have like the volcano and like the black eggs and stuff like that. But it had started raining, and Julie and I were like, we just had such a relaxing experience. We really want to go up on top of a mountain when it's pouring. So we ended up just kind of like walking around the little town area, and I had wanted to try some shaved ice throughout Japan. So we got some shaved ice, and then honestly the mountain was huge, the mountain of ice. Oh, but there's also this area by the station that's like a little walkway through next to the water, and that area was so pretty. Even though it was raining, there were so many cool birds there. So we did a little walk, and then we took the romance car back to Shinjuku. So the last time we were in Shinjuku, both Julie and I were like super dead from jet lag, and we were just, I barely had any footage of Shinjuku from that first time we were there. So we decided to actually explore the area a little bit more. We did our first stop at Tower Records again, just because that's like our home base where we can like relax for a moment. And when we got up there, it was so cool because they actually had an idol performance going on, and they were so cute, and honestly the fans were so fun, guys. They were doing like the whole chants and everything. I was like, ah, yeah, yeah. And then we made our way to our capsule hotel, and yes, we did try the capsules. We just wanted to drop our stuff off, so we didn't really explore too much in there yet. But then we made our way to go get some cocoa curry. So I wanted to try some curry. I do love me some good Japanese curry. I got literally a level 1, and it was still too spicy for me. I don't know who I am. Because I feel like I can handle some spice, but I was like, this hurts my tummy. And then we just went and explored the city a little bit more. We finally ended our night in Shinjuku, and we went back to our little capsules, and honestly it kind of just felt like I was in a college dorm or at like a summer camp. Guys, I'm very long, okay? I'm 5'10", and for female capsules I feel like that's it's cutting it. It's cutting it. It had like a cute little TV in there and a place to charge your stuff. But other than that, it was just like, everything else is communal, like shared bathroom, shared shower space, shared everything. So it was like pretty normal. So the next morning started our last full day in Japan. I know it's crazy that we're already at our like last full day, but we ended up walking so much that day. So we had done some research beforehand and we were like, oh, we want to go to like the fish market. So we went to the Soyu fish market, and this one was kind of a bust, I will say. You can't actually go into the fish market. You can only do like the visitor area where you kind of like look through a window to look at it. We did do all like the little activities that they had there. Like we collected all the stamps and we did get some breakfast there. The cream soup here was very good, as well as the apple cheese pie. We got some lollipops. They were good. Julia found a spot that she wanted to walk to, and I think it was about a 40-minute walk. And I'm like, whoo, I'm so glad I had the umbrella from Kyoto at this point because the sun was like really hurting. Yeah, at first I was like, oh my God, another 40-minute walk. But you know, it ended up being kind of worth it. We refueled a little bit first at Family Mart. I got to try the Family Mart chicken, and remember from the first video I said that the 7-Eleven chicken was a little greasy, but I did like the Family Mart fried chicken a lot more. Odaiba Beach was pretty cool because they have these flopping fish. They did, you know, there were so many jumping fish here, it was insane. But we also got some ice cream and we just kind of walked a little bit. It was kind of cute. And then we explored some of the stores that were behind us a little bit, and we saw this guy and we were like, oh my God, who is he? And then it turned out to be like a whole like little animal sanctuary type thing, and we just kind of stumbled upon it and we were like, you know what, let's just do it. So we got the 90-minute kind of section and I got to see a capybara in person, and this guy was kind of a jerk. I don't know. He was always scaring the bunny. You know what, if I was inside this place, I'd probably be a little mean too. We then took the train back. So first we went back to Takeshita Street because I had seen these hair bows that I really wanted, and I finally got them. And then we ended up eating at Kura Sushi, which is the revolving sushi bar. And maybe another controversial statement, but it ended up being both Julie and I's favorite dining experience of Japan. It was just so good. I don't even know. Julie got to try some of the dishes that she wanted to try. So they have Kura Sushi also in Philadelphia now, but it does not compare, I will say. The Philadelphia one does have the red bean taiyaki ice cream, and this one did not. The taiyaki ice cream is very delicious in Philadelphia. If you go, you get one of those. The marinated meat, little sushi guys and stuff were so much better. And it really was not expensive. The one in Philadelphia is so expensive. The one in Japan is not expensive at all. And we got so much food. I couldn't believe it. But next we went to B-Side Label, which is a little sticker shop that one of our friends suggested that we go to. And it was really cute. Both of Julie and I got a bunch of stickers. We also had a super mid crepe that I immediately dropped the entire brownie of and didn't get to enjoy like at all. But we then came across a capsule that had one chance to win the blue and yellow volleyball from Hakone. If any of you have watched any of my videos from before, you guys know I've been working on trying to get the sewing pattern for this volleyball correct for like a year and a half now. First try, we got the ball. This is why gambling is addictive, guys, okay? We then headed over to Tokyo Plaza, and honestly, this place was so cool. It has a lot of very artsy shops. And do we have another controversial statement? The fits, okay, the drip at Tangaland, if you know, you know, were so cool. I wish I bought something from here. This is one of my regrets of not getting something from Tangaland. I found some photos of what some of it was because I tried to look online for any of the stuff we saw there and we can't find any. It's in that same building at the rooftop garden in Harajuku, which is like the big cutout that they have in the building. It was honestly a super chill time. We knew that we couldn't talk at all in the capsule hotel once we got back, so we figured we would just kind of spend some time and work on our journals and stuff like up on top there. And then we finally decided to walk back. Our last night in Japan, it didn't feel real. By the time we hit Hakone in Osaka, I was like, oh my god, we're like going home. We got back to our capsule hotel and we found out that all of our toiletries had been thrown away. I guess the cleaning people had come by and didn't know that we were going to be there a second night and then just threw everything away that we had in the capsule. So I'm glad most of the stuff was in our lockers. We just showered and went to bed because we were like, screw it, I'm tired. We woke up and it was finally our last day, our last few hours in Japan. And we didn't have too much planned. We tried the really fluffy pancakes. I ended up really liking my meal. So Julie ordered the French toast fluffy pancake. And I guess that has like a specific type of batter that they had used for that. So they actually took hers out of the fridge and heated it up. We were sitting in front of them cooking it, so we were watching it. I still think both of them tasted really good. I just know that she was a little sad about getting a microwaved pancake. And then after that, we actually went to the Art Aquarium. So I had seen this place a while ago, and I kind of was just like, well, if we have time, we'll go to this place, but it's not going to be anything at the top of my list. I'm glad we went. So a lot of you guys who follow my brand know that I love fish, and I like create a lot of like cute animal stuff. I knew this was like a huge tourist thing, but it ended up being really pretty, and there was a few fish in there that I was like, oh, an inspiration. The last thing on my bucket list was to try some tsukemen in Tokyo, and it was pretty good. So the thing about tsukemen that I just love, everything is separate on a plate, and then you get the dipping broth, and then you just like dip what you want and eat it. And I love that. It's one of my favorite ways to eat food. So it just, again, it was still good though, and it was cool like sitting in front of the chef and having them making everything. The girl there who was like running the show, like oh my god, they're gonna be in trouble if she ever leaves. She was so good at her job. But yeah, and then we went back to Tokyo Station because then we had to start making our way back to the airport. But before we did that, we looked around at a few shops and we found this guy, this penguin guy, and he is so friend-shaped and he is perfect. And Julia and I both looked at each other and we were like, yep, this is it. This is we are adopting him. Yeah, we got on our final train and headed back to the airport. When we got to the airport, I will say we spent as much money as we possibly could at the 7-Eleven that was inside. So we didn't have like pretty much any cash left. But yeah, then we got on the plane and headed back to Philadelphia. So the ending of this trip was so bittersweet, but we missed our cats a lot, so it was time to go home. As a final thought, I would say get out of Tokyo. Like, it's nice to stay in Tokyo for a little bit, but I will say like some of my favorite places were outside, and if we were to come back, I would love to visit more north or more south and experience more of the countryside areas. It was so beautiful. But yeah, also September is just still too hot to come here, I will say. September is like that weird month where it's like right after like the crazy heat, but right before it starts to get cold. So we thought it would be like good, but no, it was heat wave in September. I miss Family Mart a lot now that I'm home. I loved having my morning milk tea and getting like a little pastry, and I don't know, I just really liked Family Mart. Like that one, Family Mart had my heart. Let me know down in the comments if you guys liked me doing these travel vlogs. It was actually pretty fun for me to film. But yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all those things so that we can hang out again soon. Yeah? Okay, bye!